when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home.
I'm drank up and I'm banked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it. I'm drank up and I'm banked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it, you elevate it.
I came over, I ain't sober, I'm still drunk, that's hangover. Might run it back when this page over. You the best thing, I done slaved over. Gon' arch your back and been way over. It's overdue for that understressing. Over him, now you underdressing. Call me up and I come finessing. Like, ooh, we shot it, what it do, what it don't. Baby, you a queen, you can move how you want. You was rocking with me when I couldn't stay afloat. They ain't never saying nothing wavy to a boat. Like, eyes up, look at me, now I'm the captain. Brought the camera, time for action. Split the legs just like a fraction. Tuck the napkin, time for snacking. You a mother meal. Tell me that it's mine, baby, tell me that it's real. Hit it to the max, well, tell me how it feel. It's gonna be a minute, cause I'm in it for the thrill. Make her feel like heaven, she gon' put me in the wheel. And willingly, I wanna do anything she wanna do. I ain't even wanna boo, but this is what the karma do. It's hard to be apart from you, cause ooh, I
love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home.
I'm drank up and I'm banked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it. I'm drank up and I'm banked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it, you elevate it, you.
tight, twisted around your finger like a piece of string. I'm winded, chasing after your ghost is real exhausting. I'm in love, but I don't think it's what I thought it was supposed to be. Love story, no guts and no glory. How did I get so dizzy thinking of you? I don't usually get like this. It's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? Well, I don't usually get like this. 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 Reminded of how I met you, tried to catch you falling. Instead I fell off myself and I just can't stop falling. These wings are gonna flap for me if I keep waiting. Keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting. How did I get so dizzy thinking of you? I don't usually get like this. I don't get like it's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? I just wanna kiss you. Well, I don't usually get like this. Get like this. Get like this. No. Loves me not. This bouquet is all I got. I'm dreaming, or could it be a future for you and me? She loves me, I know it's true. Or maybe I'm the fool for you. I don't usually get like this. It's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? Yeah, I don't usually get like this. Get like this. Oh, get like this. No, get like this.
Feel like falling deeper. Cold nights 난 너무 싫어. 기다리기에는 너무 길어. 줬던 내 사랑이 식어. 기대만 하는 것도 난 힘들어. No, I can't, just can't. 가져 내 맘을, 놔줘 내 가슴을 다 바쳐 사랑하기엔 내 자신이 너무 걱정돼. 바보 같은 생각이야. 알아 멍청해. 상상만으로도 좋은 상상만으로도 힘든 이중적인 면을 가지고 있어. 사랑이라는 걸. Oh yeah. Baby, can't you come with me? Can't you hold my hand? 방향이 어딘지 서로 궁금해져 버려 애써 맘 졸여 하늘만 보면서 언제쯤 알게 될까 너도 나와 같은 생각을 하고 있을까 한참을 멍하니 보다 보니 살짝 어두워진 색깔 불그스름한 노을의 때깔 상상만으로도 좋은 상상만으로도 힘든 이중적인 면을 가지
You broke my heart a million times. Can't count the times I made you cry. Oh, we're such a mess now, and we're burning out. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out, to work things out, to work things out, yeah, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. Oh, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. Can we be honest? You're my comfort zone. Whatever I say, don't let me go. I know you're angry, babe, and I am cold. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. To work things out, to work things out, yeah, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. Oh, yeah, to work things out, 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 to work things out.
Y'all ready? I know it's live. We get ready to get started, y'all. Really, bro? Matt, here. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Mic check 1 2. Okay, levels are good. We're getting ready to get started. Monday mornings is always the roughest for the fashion business, fashion retail, because we got to ship out the orders, man. We had a lot this weekend. A lot of women purchasing bikinis and lingerie. So we had a lot of orders. We had to get that. And I thought I'd be ready in 15 minutes, but I wasn't. Anyways, they're in the back making sure that happens. Welcome to another episode, another chapter of Rich People Read, where we read a book a month to instruct you in the ways of the successful through the power of reading. We are currently reading the Book of Obsidian, the ladies edition. I'm so glad you guys are here. This is a book that we read in January of 2022 in the men's version. But now we're reading the ladies version. This book is written by my friend, Mumia Obsidian Ali. And it's a fantastic book. Today, we're going to knock out chapters 19 and 20. Remember, there's only 27 chapters in this book. So we're knocking out 2 chapters per day to be finished by the month of June so we can move on to another book. Remember, this channel, we talk about the 2 ships, entrepreneurship and relationships. And the books that we read flip-flop between those 2 topics. Right now, we're reading relationship stuff. Last month, we read finances and entrepreneur stuff. That was the richest man in Babylon. You know, next month we're going to read more money stuff. And so I'm glad you guys are here. I'm so glad. I want you guys to all pull out your books. If you don't have a copy of the Book of Obsidian, the ladies edition, I want you to click the link in the description of this video. It'll take you straight over to Amazon to make sure that you get the correct version. Grab a copy. It's important that you always have a physical copy of the books that we read on this channel so that when you get to where you're going in life, you will already know that you're going to have a library in your house, in your home. And I want to make sure that you have a copy of all the books that helped you get to where you are, where you will be. Excuse me. I want you to have a copy of all the books that's going to get you to where you will be in life. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much. Shout out to LaRonda. Let me see who's all in the house today. Alicia Howard's here. LaRonda's here. And my favorite, Lakeisha Michelle, she's here. First Gen Corporate is here. What up, bro? First Gen Corporate is here. We're getting ready to knock this out, you guys. Make sure everybody types salute in the chat. Everybody knows that when I go live, we have a live contest. All you got to do is type the word salute in the chat, and that's it. Just SALUTE. Hit the enter button. Let it be shown. My system will pick that up, and you'll be entered into the contest. And we're getting ready to get started. What up, Shout Prosper? What up, Shout? That's right. You see, now Shout Prosper, I'm going to have to throw his post up on the screen. He says, look, man, I'm here. Good morning, everybody. Just listening in the background while at work. Now, you could be listening to Drake, Kanye, a little bit of Jay-Z, some Cardi B, maybe Meg Thee Stallion. You could be listening to the radio and listen to the stuff that we listen to all day long, all that indoctrination of music, teaching our children shit that they ain't got no business knowing. Or you can come and listen to a podcast like Mr. Shall Prosper. What a great name, right? Shall Prosper is listening to something that's edifying his mind. I mean, we get enough music in the car, right? When we travel to and fro, we get enough music and bullshit feeding our minds. And then we get home and we watch TV. It's enough. It's more bullshit. Can we carve out a little bit of time per day to make sure that we're feeding ourselves something that's going to make us better? We're reading the Book of Obsidian right now. Chapter 19, do black women really know their worth? Wouldn't that be much more edifying to men and women than listening to another song by Cardi B? So much so that we know the lyrics by heart. I appreciate you for being here, Shall Prosper. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, LaRonda. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you for tapping in with us. We're knocking out this book. Let me give you guys a quick description. On Mondays, I like to give reiterate the description of the books that we're reading. This is the Book of Obsidian, the ladies edition, right? Fresh off the success of his debut, the Book of Obsidian, a manual for the 21st century Black American gentleman, Mumia Obsidian Ali continues the raw truth telling about the state of Black love out on these streets. And this time around, it's the ladies' turn. The Book of Obsidian, the ladies edition, Ali dares to tell the lovely ladies what so many others in the Black love business simply will not, in no uncertain terms. Far too many of the experts, right, in the Black Love Machine won't tell the ladies the bleedingly obvious reasons for how and why they're having such a tough time out on the 21st century Black American dating and mating landscape. And the proof of this fact is borne out by the ladies themselves being increasingly dissatisfied with their prospects, their romantic and relationship outcomes. After more than a decade of the most intense research and study, the Book of Obsidian, the ladies edition, was written in direct response and goes where no one has gone before. If you're a 21st century Black American lady and want to get your Black love game back on track, read or listen to Shannon, the Book of Obsidian, the ladies edition, if you dare. Together, we are going to read this book. I'm so glad that you guys are here. So glad that you guys are here. Let me go ahead and move that out of my way. And we are going to get started. Miss Drea is here. You know, we couldn't get started without Miss Drea. What would it be reading without Lakeisha and Drea? I wouldn't even feel right doing it. I'm glad Miss Drea pulled up. Did you guys know that Lakeisha, Mr. Awesome, Miss Drea, and Marvelette are associate producers of this entire website, this entire channel, YouTube channel. They are associate producers. They feed me information that we give out to the public. They keep their eyes and ears on the swivel. They make sure they keep their ears on the streets to make sure that I'm kept up with the latest and greatest information so I can bring it to you guys. That's why we do Check This Out podcast. They are associate producers. So I'm glad Lakeisha and Miss Drea is here. Marvelette is here. I just mentioned it. Didn't I tell you? I wouldn't feel right if these people weren't here. These are my favorites. So thank you so much. And Kimberly Versillo's here. She's almost like an honorary. Like, she's here so often. I just haven't, I haven't talked to Kim because Kim keeps running from me. I've been telling her we need to go to lunch for almost a year now. She won't go to lunch with me. That's cool. Good morning, Kimberly. I'm glad you're here. All right, guys, let's move over to our read screen and let's get busy. We're going to knock out chapter 19. I know, unfortunately, chapter 19 is only 5 pages, you guys. I know you love to listen to your boy Shan read. I know you like to see this 50-year-old face. But today, you're only going to be here for 5 pages of chapter 19. I'm not sure how big chapter 20 is, but chapter 19 is only 5 pages. So I'm glad you guys are here. Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you so much. I believe the microphone is good to go. You be adjusting stuff and it'd be fine, but you just readjust it anyway. I don't know. That's a psychological thing. Kimberly says lies. Kimberly said lies, Shannon. The Book of Obsidian, chapter 19. Oh, please, everybody hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up on the video. I only have 5. There's 10 people in here, but only got 5 thumbs up. Wow, I should have 10 thumbs up at least. I mean, it literally costs you $0 to hit a thumbs up. Can you guys at least support me by hitting the thumbs up on the video? And if you want to go so far as to sharing this on YouTube, that'd be great as well. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All right, let's go. The Book of Obsidian, chapter 19. Do Black women really know their worth? Do Black women really know your worth, Queen? Do you really know your worth? The economics of the mating marketplace typically produce an asymmetry between the sexes in their ability to obtain a desirable mate in a committed as opposed to a temporary relationship. Most men can obtain a much more desirable mate if they are willing to commit to a long-term relationship. The reason is that women typically desire a lasting commitment, and highly desirable women are in the best position to get what they want. In contrast, most women can obtain a much more desirable temporary mate by offering sex without requiring commitment. Since high-status men are willing to relax their standards and have sex with a variety of women if the relationship is only short-term and carries no commitment. Men of high status typically insist on more stringent standards for a spouse than most women are able to meet. Dr. I don't know why he didn't put doctor on there, but Dr. David Buss said that in the American Evolutionary Psychologist at the University of Texas at Austin. Obsidian says, I have discussed Mr. Steve Harvey quite a bit in this book, and for good reason. His outsized influence and role that he plays in the Black love discourse has and continues to factor in mightily to my own mission to, in some cases, dispel and others add context to his writings and utterances. Such is the case in this chapter, a bit of both, if you will. Please pardon my indulgence. In the summer of 2020, that was the pandemic year. Everybody right now, think back to the pandemic year, the year we got locked down. Remember, we all got locked down in March of 2020. All right, so think back to that year. In the summer of that same year, 2020, and by way of social media, I was made aware of an episode of Steve and Watch. In particular, episode 17 needs Steve's expert advice, which I imagine is still available for viewing on Facebook itself. In the nearly 6-minute clip, Steve Harvey, hold on, let me get over here, fields a question for Shadikra. That's her name. Shadrika. Shadrika, an Atlanta area Black woman who appears to be in her late 30s to mid 40s and is middling in appearance. Not stomped down fugly, right? But no beauty queen stunner either. Her predicament is as follows. This is what happened with Shadikra when she was on the Steve Harvey show. Remember that Steve Harvey show is just like Red Table Talk. It is exclusively on Facebook. Facebook funds Red Table Talk. Facebook funds Ask Steve Harvey, for those that don't know. Shadikra laments the dating scene of the present day in Atlanta, Georgia. In her words, it sucks. And it sucks in large part due to the Black men there in Atlanta. In her view, in her own experience, no doubt, Black men in the greater Atlanta area seem to treat Black women, like herself, as if an item being put on layaway, where they make the minimum payments and use the time scheme allotted to run its course. Meanwhile, they are fielding other offers elsewhere. The result is that Black women like Shadikra wind up in a kind of layaway limbo, which leads her to Mr. Steve Harvey's doorstep. Now, what was interesting to me about the situation, aside from Harvey's response, notice how Black women have absolutely no role to bear in the situation, is how Shadikra's framed the situation. She used financial and retail sales terms like layaway, minimum payment, and so forth, not only suggesting that she and other Black women were for sale and could indeed be bought, but that she and other Black women see Black men as buyers, offering little more than finances worth the bother for Black women. Something that has been long documented 7 ways to Sunday. And if this vignette is anything to go by, it won't be abating anytime soon. Indeed, at Rutgers University, Professor Dawn Mouzon notes in her excellent piece, Why Has Marriage Declined Among Black Americans? Ooh, I need to read that. Black women have high aspirations in what they desire in a mate and make no bones about wanting him to pay the cost to be the boss. She says, even more important, the characteristics of life situations of many Black men fall well short of women's preferences. In 2010, 12 years ago, the Pew Research Center asked respondents to rate the importance of various factors when choosing a mate and found that Black women have high aspirations. Asked how important it is that a good husband or partner provide a good income, 2/3 of Black women said it's very important compared to 32% of white women. That's 66% of Black women said it's important for a man to have good income as opposed to 32% of white women. Roughly 55% of black women said it was very important for a husband or a partner to be well educated compared to only 28% of white women. That's odd because I find it to be different than that. But anyways, let's continue. Half of black women said that financial stability should be an important precondition for marriage, but only a quarter of white women felt that way. What's so often left out of these scholarly examinations of black women like Shadikra and their high mating aspirations is whether they are the product that black men want to buy. Ladies, Kimberly, Lakeisha, Miss Drea, Marvelette, are you the product that black men want to actually buy? And at the price point, black women like Shadikra thinks it should go for. That brings me to what I had to say about the matter online. I presented here in the main body of this chapter, text to flesh out of my argument, transcript of my remarks last summer. Obsidian says, the following is my response to a lady who wanted feedback on a recent episode of Steve Harvey's show where he fields questions from his predominantly black female audience. The link to the clip in question is above. Apparently, she's taken down the original post, so I include it here. Okay, while we wait for her response to my inquiry as to why she thought it's important to post this clip from Steve Harvey's show, I've watched said clip several times, and while waiting for some files to upload and download, I've got a bit of time to bang out the following response. The black woman in question complains of all the Atlanta dating scene and how presumably black men approach dating her as if putting items on layaway. That is to say, making a minimum payment. Of course, she is quite upset. Steve Harvey's response is to argue that black women are the prize, which Shannon doesn't agree with. Shannon believes that men are the prize, but I'll explain that later. Steve Harvey's response is to argue that black women are the prize and makes references to what black women are sitting on. That makes them such a prize, and that this prize is what determines the rise and fall of empires. Harvey then goes into price of various hunting licenses and culminating with exotic big game hunting licenses in Africa, which can run as high as $50,000 or indeed more. It is clear that both the questioner and Mr. Steve Harvey are making a connection between black women's sexual marketplace value and a specific dollar amount. And the fact that Steve Harvey makes the distinction between various hunting licenses also makes clear that he knows, when even without stating it implicitly, that all black women cannot command the same price of admission as others. Hold on one second, you guys. Sorry about that, y'all. My son back there crying, giving my assistants some hard times. He needed dad to come straighten that out. Let's continue. Given these facts, as expressed in the video the lady has presented to the forum, the question simply cries out to be asked. Is black women in the video, and by extension, black women at large, really worth what she or they think she is worth out on the open Atlanta dating and mating market? Are you worth what you think you are? What up, Steven?
Hooah!
My man Steven's in the house. Since it all comes down to a dollar amount valuation of what this particular black woman is worth on the open market in sexual marketplace value terms, I think the question is quite easy to answer enough. For example, we know from numerous studies done in reference to online dating services that black women as a group, notable exceptions notwithstanding, of course, come in at or near dead last. Black women as a group come in at or near dead last among women on offer. It's gotten so bad that one Miss Issa Rae, everybody knows Issa Rae, shout out to Issa, she's out here in LA, has even supposedly jokingly written about it. Another example, University of Chicago economist Stephen Levitt documents in his Super Freakonomics that in his study of the prostitution escorting, in the hoeing game, in the prostitution business, that once again, Black women, sex workers on a whole, come in at or near dead last in terms of desirability, which also explains their rather low market position, making the least amount of money on average when compared to their non-Black counterparts, specifically white prostitutes. Yet another example, in the world of surrogate mothers and the like, Black ones, again, are at least in demand, with white and Asian ones being much more preferred by both men and women to carry their babies to term. Black women's eggs are least desired in the same market as well. In the porn industry, hold on one second, you guys. In the porn industry, it is well documented that Black women, actresses in porn and performers in porn earn significantly less than their white, Asian, and even Hispanic counterparts in pornography. And lastly, Black women are the least married and partnered women in the entire United States of America, according to Stanford University Law School professor Ralph Richard Banks in his Is Marriage for White People, among a great many other sources, despite Banks's exhortation to Black women to swirl and marry out. Today, Black women marry out the least among American women, with the needle barely moving much at all over the past few decades. That's 30 years. Taken together, and listen, ladies, sidebar, don't take this as us beating you up. This book isn't designed to beat on you while you're down. This book is to tell you what you need to hear so you can do better and get yourself individual. It's not about a collective thing, although the collective is what we would aim to increase and do better. But on an individual level, how can you help others if you don't put on your own oxygen mask first when the plane is going down? You cannot save everybody else if you can't breathe yourself. So please put on the oxygen mask, wake up, do better for you, then you can help your sisters do better. This is not to beat you up with these stats and data and telling you that you're the least desired and seems like it's always on you. Listen, we just giving you the facts. Now, what are you going to do with the facts? Are you going to do something better about yourself? That's the goal. If you can be different and not be a part of these statistics, then guess what? You can help your sister. All right? So don't look at this as us beating you up. We're just giving you the facts that nobody else wants to tell you, because all these other love, help guru motherfuckers be telling you shit that doesn't help you in long-term goals. It doesn't help your long-term goals. All they do is take your money and tell you what you want to hear, ultimately giving you shitty results. And that's why you're here listening. So I appreciate you guys. Let's continue. Taken together, the evidence is overwhelmingly that, simply put, Black women by and large simply don't command a high price out on the open mating market, long-term or short-term. One may not like it, but the numbers from across a wide field of indicia do not lie. One lady participant of this discussion was emphatic about Steve Harvey's message of encouragement to the Black women in question. Know your worth, and not to let anyone treat you like a doormat. Her fiery and passionate words of respect, RESPECT, dignity, and so forth were indeed quite heartfelt. Unfortunately for her, And I'm afraid black women at large, the market absolutely does not care care one whit about such things. Never has, and it never will. Nor will 1,000 Steve Harveys, various woke movements, and the like change the facts on the ground. It's a hard, bitter pill to swallow, but hey, I am only responding to the ground rules this black lady and Mr. Harvey have themselves set, right? That brings us around robin to my initial query to the lady in question. I had asked her why she felt such a message was so important to post in this forum, one made by a black man for black men of a certain stripe. To be blunt, the elite of black men who, by definition, are truly exceptional. Black men who didn't get to being elite and exceptional by happenstance or accident, and certainly not by being fools. As St. Kevin Samuels so often makes clear on his wildly popular live stream shows over on YouTube, CIA, the confident, the intelligent, and assertive men can and will run the numbers on any black woman they get involved with and act accordingly. Does the lady in question, or indeed any other black women present who is inclined to agree with her, honestly think that such black men in this form, the elite black men, the high value black men in this form, already didn't run the numbers and did a market valuation along these lines? And we haven't even considered other market variables, such as age and children and how they came about, relative attitude and temperament, particularities from CIA men.
Someone's at your door.
Hold on, y'all. Somebody's at my front door. Oh, I got a package? I got a package from UPS? Hold on, y'all. Oh, he didn't dropped it off and left. God dog it. What do I got getting sent to my house? What did I buy? Oh, that's my VR headsets. Oh, I gotta have my. I'll do that in a second. It's just sitting on my porch. All right. I think Aaron is going to the house today, so I gotta call Aaron. All right. Anyways, let's continue. And haven't even noticed other market variables such as age. Let's start taking from the top. Do any black women present or who is inclined to agree with her honestly think that such black men in this form, high value men, already didn't run the numbers and did a market valuation along these lines? And we haven't even considered other market variables such as age, children, relative attitude, temperament, particularities from CIA man to CIA man in terms of appearance, agreeableness, massive consumer and school debt, etc. St. Kevin attempts to let the ladies down easy. He attempts to let the ladies down easy. But the cold, ruthless mating market that all you ladies know and endure, like the black women in the Harvey clip in question, will not. You are welcome to think whatever you like about how well you know your worth, but it is we, the black men of this forum, who can and will decide if you are worth it or not. That's our call to make, not yours. Lastly, on the illusion Steve Harvey makes that what you ladies are sitting on is pro forma so great, I can assure you it is not. If that were true for the ladies in question, she would not have been before Mr. Harvey in the very first place. Most black women, even the ones in this discussion forum where these high value men are, won't say it, but I consider myself a standout in this regard, as I have no qualms simply and plainly stating that a lot of black women are not good in bed. Indeed, as the lady points out, but won't consider, maybe her suitors took her back to the store. He took her back to the store and got a refund on her ass because she wasn't good in bed. Women who are fantastic lays tend to be quite popular with the fellas. A personal note, please. I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in putting a sister on layaway. That's never been my mode of operation. And can't even remember the last time I put anything on layaway. I either bought outright what I want, usually in cash, or I just don't buy it at all. I state this as a counterweight to the notion that all black men do the kinds of things that Steve Harvey video discusses. I can assure you we do not all do what Steve Harvey is making it seem like we do. Since Steve Harvey invokes the motherland, I am reminded of an African proverb that goes something like this. When you go looking for the truth, be prepared to find it. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of chapter 19. We are on chapter 20, and 20 is only 7 pages. It's only 2 pages longer than the one I just read. Shout out to everybody here. I appreciate you guys.
Hoo-ah!
Thank you for the likes. Please hit the like button. I'm going to continue reading. Black women, but real quick on the last chapter, do you know your worth? That's one of the biggest topics I talk about personally, about self-worth. And I talk to men about it, but ladies, do you know your worth? Because do you know where you stand on the sexual marketplace value? On the sexual marketplace. Do you know your value on the sexual marketplace? We're all used cars. We are all used vehicles, right? Some are older than others. Some are worn out more than others. Some are used and beat the shit out of more than others. Some have high mileage. Some have been babied and taken care of and have very low mileage and is in great condition. Even though it might be used, it's in great, pristine condition, like new. We're all used vehicles, men and women alike. What are you worth as a vehicle? I'm a 1972 model. That's the year I was created. I was manufactured in 1972. And amongst other 1972s, I have to look at myself and say, what am I worth compared to other 1972s that rolled off the same assembly line that I rolled off of? Am I in better condition physically? Have I been beat to shit? Have I been used up? Or is my frame good? How many accidents have I been in? How many times have I needed repair? How's my engine running? How's my suspension? What's my interior like? We're all used vehicles, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care how you slice it. Now, with that said, what model year were you made? Whatever model year you were made, how are you compared to the other models that rolled off the same assembly line as you? If you are beat to shit and not worth much, own it. You might need to go and get restored. You might need to go and get restored. But if you feel that you are worth new prices and you haven't done any work to restore the problems that you have, you are delusional. And that's what a lot of men are trying to explain to women. Oftentimes, you ladies, you use vehicles, seem to think that you're worth more than you actually are. You're not looking at your mileage. You're not looking at how your interior. You're not looking at how the engine is running. You're not looking at the tread on your tires. You're not looking at your suspension. When's the last time you had an oil change? How many people had jumped inside and rolled that motherfucker and drove that car? What are you worth? In the used car classified ads, what are you worth in the classifieds? Set your price accordingly, ladies and gentlemen. But I know a lot of people keep telling you, like Steve Harvey, that you're worth more than you actually are. You don't get to set that price, ladies. We do. Men, we set that price. We're the buyers. It is what it is. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Because all I'm thinking about is my damn VR headsets that's sitting on my porch right now. And I'm thinking, should I call my neighbor and have him walk all the way over and put it in the house? And then I know my other employee is going to the house. But he just texted me and said, what did he say? He said, I'm getting the energy to move. I'll be headed to the house within the hour. I'll just leave it for him. I live in a safe neighborhood. I just don't like shit sitting out front, you know? Anyways, let's continue. Chapter 20 of the Book of Obsidian, the ladies edition. We are moving on to, if your relationship life were a resume, what would it look like? What did Kimberly say? I can't find my model in the blue book. What are you talking? Yes, you can, Kim. It's in there. Your model is in the blue book, like the rest of us. Where's my mouse at? Your model is in the blue book, like the rest of us. It is. It absolutely is. What are you talking about? I appreciate you. Oh, my man, Kosher Clinician is in the house. Kosher Clinician is in the house. I appreciate the super chat. You know what I'm going to start doing, you guys? I was watching Kosher Clinician's show the other day. And then I was also watching, who was I watching? Edward Anderson. I was watching Kosher. Everybody throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
I was watching Kosher. I was watching Edward Anderson. And of course, like King Talk on Tuesdays, I'm going to start compiling all the super chats and then reading them off at one time instead of just stopping. I'm going to let my system recognize them as we go, but I'm going to recognize them. I'm going to compile them and do a major recognition all at the same time. I think that'd be best. What does my man Kosher say? Kosher says, yo, shout out to the homie. We do need to do a show soon. Yeah, for sure. We've been saying, me and Kosher been saying that for a damn near a year now. Got something behind the scenes. Many don't realize men are the prize catchers. Men are the prize catchers. I don't know what you mean. I believe that men are the prize, Kosher, and we are the trophy catchers. Anyways, me and Kosher's gonna do a show. Me and Kosher, we in the same age bracket. We give out great information to men, and by extension, women. And we need to do a show together. But I think I'm gonna figure out how to, if I put a star on his name, then I got this favorite section. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Now I'm gonna give my man Kosher a shout out right now. But the future though, when I get super chats, I'm not gonna break. I'm gonna just highlight them so I can acknowledge them all at the same time. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna put his in the star, and I'm gonna test that out right now. Thank you. But see, I like the soldiers that throw the one up automatically.
Being number one isn't easy.
When we get that, you guys continue to do that. Always throw your ones up whenever a super chat comes in. That's what we do over here on our channel, because we know that super chats are blessings, not donations. All right, let's continue. Chapter 20. If your relationship life were a resume, what would it look like? If your relationship life, boyfriends, girlfriends, one night stands, fuck buddies, husbands, wives, sneaky links, teasers, was a resume, and you had to list all the different companies you kept, what would it look like? Fate, it seems, is not without a sense of irony. Morpheus says that. A fictional character in the movie The Matrix, from the Matrix franchise.